Hey YouTube, it's Jonathan, and today we are covering full coverage men's makeup. This is something I don't normally do. You all know I prefer that sort of no makeup look. However, today I seem to need a little bit more coverage than I normally wear. I'm going through a little bit of redness and breakout action that's not normal for me. However, I thought it would be a good time to sit down and film a video like this because I know that not everybody that watches these videos has perfect skin, and I thought that this would maybe be helpful for you. So the first thing I'm going to do today is prime my skin. I'm starting out with a color correcting primer to help even out my skin tone even before I get any foundation or concealer on. This is from Laura Geller. This is the Spackle Neutralizer Color Correcting Under Makeup Primer, and I'm just going to apply a small amount of this with my fingertips. Next, I'm going to color correct under my eyes. This is the Correction Concentrate from Pixi in the shade Brightening Peach, and I'm just going to use my ring fingers to dab a little bit of that under the eye, just over where my eyes have a little bit of excess blue or purple tones. The foundation I'm using today is more of a matte formula. This is the Teint Idole Ultra Makeup Stick from Lancome. I'm wearing the shade 140. I chose this because it gives really great coverage, and the matte or matte-ish finish of this really helps to keep the skin looking as flat as possible. If you're using a dewy foundation or something with a bit of shimmer or shine to it, the difference in texture can really show a lot more, so more of a matte finish is going to be better for covering raised bumps. I'm applying this directly from the stick, striping it on my face and concentrating it where I need a bit more coverage. Next, I'm going to blend that in with a flat top Kabuki Beauty Junkies brush. Instead of sweeping this brush in circular motions like you're probably tempted to do, I'm more or less going to press the foundation into the skin and then blend it around. The pressing motion really helps to push the pigment into the skin. To add extra coverage to any spots and blemishes still showing through, I'm going to use a little bit of my Nars Radiant Creamy Concealer in the shade Vanilla. I've just dotted that onto my skin, and now I'm going to use a fluffy eyeshadow brush to blend that in. Again, I'm using more of a stippling pressing motion rather than a circular blending motion. Under my eyes, I'm going to use Lancome Effacurns. This is a waterproof cream concealer. I absolutely love this one, and I'm just applying it with my fingertips and then going in with the brush afterwards to make sure there are no edges. I'm also highlighting my face with this, pulling it down onto the cheek and back up the cheekbone, because when you do full coverage, sometimes you lose a lot of the dimension of your face, and adding a little bit of highlight and or contour is just going to bring that back. To finish highlighting my face with this, I use the brush to apply it to my upper lip and cupid's bow, center of my chin, and above and between the brows. Next, I'm going to quickly set that concealing and highlighting with the Dermablend setting powder. This is amazing for making your makeup last such a long time, and I'm using that with the same small fluffy eyeshadow brush and just sort of rolling it across areas that I have placed that concealer and highlighting. And for extra coverage everywhere on my face, I'm going to be adding a little bit of a powder foundation. This is the High Def Anti-Shine from Menage. Alright, so I just filled in my eyebrows because I couldn't sit here without them on for any longer. Now I'm going to talk about adding a little bit of dimension back into your face, sort of like when I was talking about the highlighting. Now I'm going to do a little bit of contouring just to sort of add that dimension back to the face and give my face a little bit of shape. Since the coverage is so full and matte, my face just looks very flat and plain, so re-enhancing and enforcing our natural bone structure is just going to make us look a little bit more natural. In general, if you've already set your face with powder, I would suggest using a powder contour. I, however, am going to use a cream to powder contour, and I'm going to use it very, very sparingly and with a very small brush. However, just be careful with the textures that you're choosing. You guessed it, I'm using that same small fluffy eyeshadow brush. I put a little bit of the contour on the back of my hand. I'm just going to pick that up with the brush, and then I'm going to sort of turn my face to find the natural cheekbone and bone structure and just start to use little tiny circular motions and reinforce that cheekbone. If you're careful and do this right, it really shouldn't look like anything. It shouldn't register as a contour or extra makeup. It should just look like the natural shadow that your cheekbone is casting onto the lower portion of your face. Taking a little bit of that contour shade just through the upper socket line to add shape to my eye. And that is pretty much that. This is my full coverage makeup routine with a little bit of subtle contouring to bring back that dimension to the face. You could go ahead from here and finish off your makeup however you like. Lips, cheeks, eyes, do whatever makes your makeup look like you. And I hope you all enjoyed this. If you did, go ahead and give me a thumbs up. If you have any questions, leave those in a comment below, maybe about a specific product that I used, or if you have questions about a tip that I maybe didn't explain well enough. Go ahead and leave those down below. And while you're down there, open up my my description box because I have a link to every single product that I mentioned today down there for you to check out. I also have links to my social media if you want to check me out on Facebook. You can also check me out on Instagram, Twitter, and Snapchat, all at JonJonTalks. Click on my face now if you're not already subscribed to my channel and you'd like to be here every Monday and Thursday for new and exciting makeup tips and tricks, and I'll see you all next time. Bye!